Prodigal, you're outrageous. I'm so glad you're still enjoying your anniversary. You have a great time. Congratulations on your first. Well done. All the way from the USA. Good to see you, Drums. Welcome in, welcome in. There's Lime. Good to see you, folks. Ads are going to be starting in just a second, and we'll be starting as soon as those run. See you in a sec. Oh, this adorable Prodigal. Oh, so great. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. It is so good to see you all again. Welcome in, welcome in. Prodigal Drums, Lime, Sockhouse, and Tom, the Man of Mills. Welcome in, everyone, and everyone else lingering in the shadows. It's so good to have you all here. We're going to be checking out Click and Conquer. This was made by our very own SockhouseStudios, who made the fantastic Barricade. We covered that multiple times on the channel a while back. That launched and has, I don't know, been successful? Dare I say it? It's been, it's been doing well. It's got 23 positive reviews. It released successfully. It's doing its thing. It's doing great. I don't know if I ever actually finished a round of Barricade, though. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and dive in today. Tom the Millman, can he mill it? Yes, he can. Will it mill? We're going to be checking out Sockhouse's next endeavor, Click and Conquer. I'm seeing this all over the place. SockhouseStudios is doing it. I know Foolbox is making an attempt at this, where you make your kind of like big game, and you get to the end, and you're like, holy crap, that was a really big game. I'm going to try and like do even better at de-scoping. And Sockhouse has done this to quite a bit amount of success. I believe it released on itch.io and was like number 13 on itch.io for a while. And like if it's beating the porn games on itch.io, then like breakout success, you know? Absolutely outrageous. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. This is I'm going to call it a Digsium-like. And if you don't know what Digsium is, it's basically one in a long line of kind of big trend that's coming out. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of them. They're super satisfying, and they hit markets that are not really well addressed or understood right now, which is this genre of tiny incremental games. Normally, incremental games have had a big problem where they go on forever. Like, they will take actual years of real time to quote-unquote finish, if there even is a finish line. But these tiny incrementals are taking the approach of like, well, within a couple hours, you're going to play through an entire thing. And that's like the whole game. And it's great, and I love them. I played a bunch of them, and I'm excited to dive into Click and Conquer. So, let's talk about opening menu screens, first off. As we always do. So, right out of the gate, very clean. I'm getting the vibe of like a hipster, techie, like button-up shirt, you know, with the patterns and everything going. Almost, honestly, it's kind of reminding me of Nekdos polish in a certain way. I'm loving these particles, how they're fading in and out, and very smooth. The music is reinforcing it really nicely. The button text is really nice. I like the different colors and how they tie in with the colors of the logo, just like at first glance. That feels really nice. And then we got a very unassuming credits. That's very nice. What happens if I click that? Okay, nice. There you go. For SFX and music, you should probably include yourself in there, Sockhouse. But still nice, and you know, you don't need a way to close it because it's pretty tiny. I like the little wiggle animations. Good sound effects. Very nice. My only thing is the logo seems a little out of place compared to everything else, right? We kind of have this minimalist graphical style, and then we have this richly illustrated logo, and I'm confident that this is not. I'm not making any accusations or anything, right? Even if it were, frankly, I don't care, but it gives the impression with that mismatch that this is AI generated. French Peacock, good to see you over on YouTube. How are you doing today? And I know that is a problem because of certain circles I walk in with other content creators that are quite large, who you know of, and I have seen discussions of, oh, I think this is AI generated, let's not cover it. And then someone else will say, I talked to the developer, they said it's not AI generated, and they will say, well, we don't trust them, we think it's AI generated, we're not going to cover it. So, like, this is the reality of the environment that we're in, and I totally understand where they're coming from, even if I don't necessarily agree with it myself. This is something to be aware of for all of us indie devs, though. If there's the suspicion that AI has been used at any point for graphical assets in your game, many very large content creators will not cover it. I paid $250 USD for the capsule and logo, and I don't think it was misspent, especially the capsule I think is very slick, and the logo looks great. The problem is not with the artwork. The problem, in my opinion, once again, everything is my opinion, you know, you just ignore this. If it does not line up with what you are seeing in reality. My opinion is that, yeah, that is a very good price, first off. That the problem is not the art. The problem is that it is mismatched. So if there were something in the background to tie it in, or maybe we were even using the same typographic styles in the logo as in the buttons, you know, these are things that would tie the elements together and make it so you wouldn't think twice about it, right? And to be fair, a lot of people probably won't think twice. That's a really dumb way to approach the future from content creators. I think honestly, we're going to be going through a lot of learning about what AI is, what it can do, what it can't do. There's going to be a lot of disruption. A lot of people are going to be victims, frankly, which sucks. And then I think we're going to get through the other end and like it will kind of stabilize and we'll have a new reality that I don't think is going to be some dystopian future, at least for a little while. The pace at which we're progressing makes it really hard to predict, but you know, I don't think it's going to be all that destructive. Like if all your art was done in-house, it wouldn't feel out of place at all. Yeah. AI is a problem now. Everyone is quick to assume AI. So quick to assume AI. Absolutely. And that's what it is, right? It's the assumption of AI. It's the perception, even if the reality isn't there. And like, it super sucks. All right, take care, Prodigal. So, some things that I would recommend, once again, only if you agree and think this might be something to consider, show it around to other people, see what they think, show it to content creators, see what they think. I know some people have been covering this online already. So like, this may be an unwarranted concern. So good to see you, Programmer Jeff. Welcome in. Good to see ya. Typeface, right? If this typeface were used in the same ways down here, all of a sudden it feels way better. Or vice versa, right? I just imagine you probably don't want to like go back in and redo the typography on this because it's good typography. It's nice. I'm always AI. I was consumed by ChatGPT. My analysis skills were too powerful. I'm reaching out to you as a ghost in the machine. Fixing food. Ooh, nice. Didn't have time to watch the stream, so my AI is watching for me. See, you joke about that. At the company I work at, there are several people that have AI meeting recorders. Like if they can't go to a meeting because like they're double or triple booked, the AI meeting recorder will go and then ship them a synopsis, which very frequently is wrong. I explicitly told the artist no pixel art in the logo and capsule. Sure. I don't think there's any problem with that. It's just that we have a couple of different vibes here, right? We have like pixel art here. We have minimalist vector art in the background. And then we have more detailed rendered art in the logo. So if those were brought together in a way that felt very cohesive, honestly, okay, so here's some other things you could do, right? Because you can maintain the three different aesthetics if you can marry them together very well. So for example, the background here for the buttons, if the buttons had a similar style to the art, then all of a sudden we start tying those two things in together, right? If we have the cute little squares going in front of maybe a sort of a horizon type sort of background, or there were tree silhouettes or something, all of a sudden these things start to marry together, right? So maybe you don't even have to replace anything. You just have to start combining them a little bit, make it seem intentional. I don't know. It's something that you'll be able to figure out. I don't disagree with your assumption, by the way. I can see it. Yeah. And like, once again, it may be an assumption that 1 out of every 50,000 people have. That's the call we all have to make as designers of what is worth our time and what feedback do we wish to act on. So, decent enough settings. Thank you for including full screen options. Oh my gosh, thank you. Default. Interesting that that's red. And there's no like go back option. I can't like click out of this, can't hit escape. I have to either accept or go back to defaults. It's kind of interesting. Nice wishlist button. All right, let's go ahead and do a new game. Ooh, okay, research. I liked the pop in, pop out, very juicy. We got the big wishlist button up here, and we got, okay, that's our menu. I might expect that up here in the upper left. Especially with it being red, I thought this was in like a claw. I thought like, is this gonna like destroy something? Is this like a bug report or what's going on there? Nice background fade though, looking good. Full screen toggle and multi-monitor support was requested by a lot of people after I released my demo without it. I can totally see that, Moleskio. How did your launch go, by the way? Let's see. I'm trying to pull up the link here. Because I can never remember the name of it. Was it, oh, come on. No. Oh, come on. Gosh, dang it. Is it, Control-Alt-Deal? Was that one yours? Control-Alt-Deal? Beef Arena. I have it. It's even the same logo in your, like, it's your profile icon. I have that loaded up in my stream games. That's something that we're going to be tackling soon. Oh my goodness. Endo, so good to see you. Okay, so I'm dropped in here. I don't really know what I'm looking at. I've got like a random person with a red box, and then I have like a big conquer button. So I would assume I should click conquer. I'm kind of ignoring all this stuff, and I'm purposely not talking about all the stuff that I'm mousing over because I'm trying to give my first impression on this screen. Yeah, it'll be great. I'm excited about it. So now that I'm seeing the same like background drops and everything, and then we have pixel art on the characters. Once again, we have this sort of this mishmash of like these 3 different styles, and I think finding a way to marry them together or make something consistent, either of those options would really elevate this. Nicholson, good to see you. So now let's mouse over. Once again, very juicy. I'm loving all the juice in here. You're really cranking this up. So necessary for the style of game. These bite-sized incremental games, super huge. I like the tattered border around conscripts. That's nice. The blue lines going almost to the edge, but not quite, bugs me dearly. I either want them super tiny or going all the way across and like landing into a border. But honestly, I'd kind of prefer them to be a lot shorter. So they're center aligned, but like about as wide as per is maybe. So $10 per second, I'm guessing. That color palette feels a little off to me. It's hard to like visually see that that's $1. Level 0 out of 10, and then that 100, especially with the dollar thing, it's just like, okay, green gray box, I guess. I can't click on it. All right, so let's hit conquer. Map select, peaceful prairie. Was I not on a map? Okay. Deploy. We also have the top of the button hitting this line. It kind of makes a little bit of a tangent. I wouldn't mind cranking that down just a little bit, or moving it up a little. I don't know. It's a little awkward because if you move it down, it's going to be hitting this line. If you move it up, it's going to start hitting this line. It's a little awkward. Ooh, nice loading screen. Okay, we got the conquer there. Great. So I have 4 World War II grenades, and then I've got some soldiers in gray uniforms. Okay, so this is Battleship. So, okay, this is a Battleship incremental. These are the things I'm trying to find. Great. Got him. Easy. Out of bonds. All right, so let's play again, I guess. Level up the farm and then... Bump. Oof. Big oof. Try again. Oh, that loading intro is really smooth and nice, but oh man, when I'm trying to just like blitz through it, so painful. Oh, just let me click. Hey, we got 2. Great. All right. Level up. Ooh, so fancy. And then we got a nice indicator of what the level up means. That's fantastic. 0 to 10% dollars per second. I don't know what 10% dollars per second would entail, but in the research tree. This is our research tree. Okay. I guess I would expect where wishlist is to be some sort of header to say like research. Oh, and that's why it like had research on the loading screen, because it was taking me to the research screen. Okay, now I'm understanding. $10 per second. Love it. +1 bomb count. Yes, great. Resets all progress. Spend bills on powerful upgrades. Level infinite. 500,000 buckaroos. All right, cool. So we got our prestige right out of the gate as an option. It's interesting. Kind of to, I can see why that might be helpful to try and signpost to people this is your objective. This is something you're going to be doing eventually. If you look at Dark Souls, right? Their level design is notorious for that sort of a thing, where you'll be walking along and you'll see way off in the horizon this little white light, meaning, oh, there's an item over there. I should be able to go get to that point eventually. That's neat. Nice. All right. Let's go to research. We got some money. Let's get some more passive income. More bomb. Ooh, reveals the area surrounding the cell's hit. Unlock no man's land map. Okay, I like that. So in Digzium, there was one layer of this, right? Hey, Queen Anne, good to see ya. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for hanging out for however long you can. We are checking out Click and Conquer, made by SockhouseStudios, which climbed to like number 13 on itch. when it was uploaded, I believe, which is a really big deal on itch. It's not easy to get past all the adult content on there. So that's a big deal. It is. It's super amazing. Yeah, it's totally huge. Yeah, so what was I saying? Okay, Digseum had one layer, which is you have your ground, and then you can dig open the ground. And then, like, some ground was harder to dig than other ground, but it was still just ground. So the idea of having, like, a fog of war, you can reveal what is on a square without blowing it up, I think is a really interesting addition that you could play around with a lot in the mechanics. I'm curious to see how that develops. Stop it, Day by 9 Dreamer. Stop it, DB9. How dare you? So yeah, I'm going to get this because I'm really curious about how that's going to shake out. Stop it. Yeah, I want to see how this... Okay, so yeah, now I see that, like, hey, these guys are where I need to bomb. I think that's quite clever. And then it makes me think, like, okay, what's my most effective use of my bombs to try and reveal area to get these? I'm sure over time it will get to the point of, like... I'll have enough bombs that I just blast everything. But it does add that little bit of extra... Ooh, I should pay a little bit of attention to this. Hey, we got him! Got all of them! Targets destroyed! Nice. Alright, we got lots of skrill over here. I guess we'll unlock the next map and just get some more passive income. No Man's Land, here we go. Well, they're hiding pretty well over here. Let's try again. Boop. Okay. I don't know what that is. Is that something I can bomb? No, it's just for funsies. Oh no, shoot. So close. So these guys are, what? We got 3 dudes and 2 tanks. I don't remember seeing the tanks there before. They take 2 bombs, and then I'll probably get upgrades that will make it easier to bomb those. All right. Very aggressive take on the Idler. Usually you get kind of more chill, laid-back themes. This is a very, very intense approach. Plus $50 per second, plus 1% chance for a, I'm just a build to spawn. Increased number of cells hit by bombs? Yes. So is it going to be like 2 side by side? If so, like to the left or to the right? Or is it going to be a square pattern? Oh, okay. Square pattern. So I can like drop here. Maybe? No, it's doing 3 across. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right, sure. And I like that we're getting kind of randomized stuff to go blow up. That's not the same thing every time. Oh, we got I'm just a bill. Let's see if we can find it. Ooh, is it this? Yes, we got the bill. Darn, 1 short. All right, let's go back to our research. We got $9,000 reduce. Quickly went from spam bombs to I need to think about where to place them. Yeah, totally. And what I'm expecting is that will kind of follow a cycle. That I'll get to a point where like my bombs are strong enough to just blast through any level. And I'll just start doing that. And then I'll get to a new level and get new upgrades. And I'll start thinking, oh shoot, now I need to start like thinking about it again. I'm expecting that kind of loop to engage. All right, so that's maxed out. Kind of boring to max out, but I think it's going to be a good investment. Oh, that was a good one. again. I don't know, like, how much money I need for the next main upgrade. Let's see what we need here. We got 2 of these used by upgrades in the prestige tree. Okay, we got 2 out of 10, so I can only hold 10? All right. More money per second. I mean, 50 per second? I guess that's a good amount. It's nearly just doubled my passive income. That's not terrible. Brutal. Out of bonds, I know. I'm a loser. Oops, I didn't mean to... Oh well. Oh, we were so close! So if prestiging takes 500,000, but I can only have... That was a good one. If I can only have 10 of these papers, something tells me I'm not, like, progressing enough as far as the money goes to keep pace with that. Like, this seems like a garbage upgrade to try and get. If I need 500,000 in order to spend these, I already have 3. Yeah, sure. Keep going. I can't help but think with these gray uniforms, like, are we the baddies? Out of bombs. Let's go again. Ooh, see, we just got 2 of them in that round. Let's go again. We need 32 grand. Well, that was everyone. Great. Level 9. Streamer RNG luck. So my mouse does this really annoying thing where it will randomly double click. So every now and again, if you see 2 bombs drop and you're like, why did he do that? It's not up to me. It's the mouse has opinions of its own of what it should do. I am only here at its whims. All right, we're at 54. We can go get the next map. Even more money per second. Increased number of cells hit by bombs. Yes, immediately. Immediately buying that. Unlocks jungle map available in full game. Okay, I like that has a very distinct color matched for it. That's very good. So I don't like get confused and I have to mouse over things. Oh, which of these can I like actually do and which ones are in the full game? That's great. Love it. Stony Fields. Okay, well, bummer. Almost got all of them. Oop. Yeah, I meant to click on the square above him, which would have been very helpful, but oh well. Ah, the last guy. It'd be kind of fun to see, like, the last things, like, poke their heads out of the clouds. Like, hey, we made it! Just to give a little middle finger to the player and make you want to dive back in and show them. Show them that they're not in control. Great. Missed the diploma, though. Jeez, where are all these guys? What? Alright. I guess that is somewhat reasonable. We got 72 grand. What can we get here in the minute before the next ads? Multiply money earned per second by 1.5. Okay, well, let's get some more of that. Literally not in control as the mouse double clicks. Control is a farce, and... Ooh, where are these guys? Goodness gracious. I guess we only missed one. It's looking really fun. I should go, though, so I'll catch you later. All right, take care, Queen Anne. Thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate ya. Okay. Brutal. All right, well, got pretty close there. Up to level 3, liking it. Oh man, that banner takes so long to work its way through. It's really slow. And it's not, like, I know that it's not really all that slow, but it feels so slow. All right, we're at 169, 179. Great. We're at 7.3 grand now per second. Well, gosh, we can just, yeah, let's get this all worked up. It's only going to take a couple of seconds. 9 and 10. Good. Yeah, let's get this all up. There we go, and we'll dive into the next level. Oh, I didn't mean to click there. Darn it. I mean, we're getting pretty close to 500k, like really quick. We're going to be ascending here really fast. And then we'll see what fun upgrades are in store for us. We won't ascend until we come back from the ads. I'll promise that, though. Got them. All of them. Oh, there we go. There's all the money. I promised we wouldn't prestige until we got back from the ads. We'll just go ahead and get this, all of our upgrades all bought out that we can get. And then we'll prestige. There we go. Maxed out. Easy dubs. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. We have lots of money. Hooray! Oh, we're only at 9 out of 10, though. Oh, we need to get another diploma. Oh, no diplomas, so we really don't care about money. There's nothing else we can buy, so we'll just keep on going until we get the... there's 2 of them here. Good. Wow. It's like an ads didn't hear anything last minute. Yep. And we didn't do anything. We basically said, we're just going to buy the upgrades. And we did. And I made the commitment that we wouldn't prestige until after the ads are back. So now we have maxed paper. We have maxed upgrades. Let's go ahead and prestige. I love the wavy text here. That's nice. All progress war bonds and skills will reset. What the crap is a war bond? Also, how is progress different from skills? Multiplies money earned per second by 3. Money from kills by 3. +1 bomb count. Yeah. Oh, that was really expensive. Increased number of cells hit by bombs. There you go. Adds 50% money per second per 5 map levels. Okay, interesting. +1 enemy count. Really want that. Hey, Quantic over on YouTube. Good to see you, friend. How are you doing today? Welcome in. This should look very familiar to you. I believe Quantic is one of those individuals who first covered this. Really enjoyed this game. How am I liking it so far? I'm liking it. Yeah, I really love these tiny incremental games. I think that there's quite a lot of fun there. And I like how the Fog of War introduces a little bit of care, right? Digzeum had one layer to kind of interact with. And it was a layer of different durability, but still just one layer. Whereas this one is very much so, that Fog of War adds a very interesting element, in my opinion. Doing pretty well. How am I doing? I'm doing very well, thanks. It's been a wild week at work. Going over a week now, but you know what? We're done. We're on the other side. Almost. Tomorrow's gonna be kind of a make or break day. If I don't have a job tomorrow, we'll be streaming a lot more. Sockhouse says hello, Quantic. I don't have like chat and everything up because of my unfortunate incident with OneDrive, but we can liaise between the two of everyone. Let's get the next map. Some more money. Good luck with the job, Joe. Thank you. No, it's fine. There's no jeopardy of being fired. It's just there's a lot going on and not a lot of time to try and get things done. So tomorrow's going to be a very intense day. It's rough out there still. It absolutely is. 100%. Oh, geez, a lot of pressure. Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. We'll get it all worked out. It's just been a lot of late days for myself and the whole team. Looks like I released my game just in time, getting a job soon. Been 2 years since I've had one. Lime Blossom. Congratulations. That's incredible. Welcome to the cool club, Quantic. That's fantastic, Lime. Huge congratulations. Alright, there we go. Yeah, huge hype, for real. Easy dub. Let's go back, see what we can level up. Cash money. It's bittersweet. I want to keep making games. I hear ya. I totally hear ya. It's deeply difficult to say there will come a time, and that time is not right now. I lived that very deeply on the day where we did our awards ceremony for the last Fox Holo Jam, and we said, "Hey, we're jumping out." I'm not ashamed to say that as soon as that camera went off, I wept like a baby collapsing into the arms of my family. Like, for like 20 minutes. I was just on the ground weeping. It was rough. And even then, I knew, like, hey, we're not giving this up. We're going to keep going. It is the end of an era, but, like, we could still do it. And, like, I have not done any game dev since then. It's just, you know, when you have less time to devote to things, it gets harder. And, yeah, there's definitely time for things, but, man, it's tough. It's tough. Thornity and I were looking at how CNC vid ranked on your channel. It seemed like top 16, really? Oh, that's awesome. Blades, so good to see you. Okay, Blades is here. Last stream, Blades redeemed a critique of their design documents. We're gonna take a quick pause on Click and Conquer, and we're going to take a look here at here we go. This is Ebon Hollow. So this is Blades of Doom's design document. Wanted some feedback on. Blades, what sort of feedback are you looking for here? Until we kind of hear back from you, I'm just gonna go through and give my gut level thoughts, but as always, with more direct requests, you'll get better feedback. Great. That was such an emotional night. Yeah, no, it was a super emotional night. Yeah. Hey, 14th most viewed on the channel. Congrats, that's awesome. Is Quantic Flex making YouTube videos? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? This guy is like the up-and-coming Wanderbot. He's been described by his fans as Wanderbot meets Alexa. So yeah, he's doing great. I mean, probably not nearly as great as he'd like to be, but he's doing great. He's like making it happen. Just need to see initial thoughts. All right, sounds good. I'm being way too generous. No, I'm just saying what other people have said. That's not being generous in the slightest. Let's zoom in here so we can all see. So this is Eben Hollow Design Document Minecraft Mod Pack. Whoa, $2 over on YouTube. AI is here to stay. We have to learn to deal with it. I agree with you, French Peacock, 100%. I don't love how AI came to be, but like the genie's so far out of the bottle at this point. Like, it would take a full Emperor of Mankind 40K rejecting the technology type sort of event to not be using AI just daily in our lives moving forward. Okay. Design document Minecraft mod pack client. Don't understand what that comma means. Mod pack comma client. Like, is it going to be its own standalone client as well? Medieval fantasy sandbox MMORPG. Okay. I'm immediately terrified for your scope. Open world, questing, and story. So these are, I'm assuming, like tags that might be on your Steam page, for example, right? Story is interesting to see there. The only MMO that I am aware of that really does story really well is like Final Fantasy XIV. And yes, the rest of them have stories, but like it's pretty much just like click on the golden exclamation point, click accept, move on, right? So I'm curious to see how that plays out. But open world is the primary tag, so we'll be looking at that mostly. And then questing, I guess questing could mean a lot of things. I'm curious what sort of questing persona is this trying to appeal to? Minecraft Java Edition 1.20.1, Fabric 0.16.14, CurseForge third-party allowed. Very good that you're calling out version numbers. This is something that does not get called out enough. And like even at scrappy startups, version numbers are so important to be throwing around and making sure everyone is on the same environments and everything. Yeah, absolutely huge. Good little detail there to put that in. Core themes, deep narrative and branching lore. I would say that's less of a theme and more of a mechanism to deliver a theme. Structured progression, still allow people to play how they want. Origins, custom, base origins, and mixed versions. I'm very lost at this point. Classes, but so I'm guessing origins are like what an old school D&D player might call race, or nowadays species or something, right? Origins, I totally agree with it. It's a very 2024 D&D 5th edition term. I think it works very well. It's just not Miller's Law standard necessarily for some people, so reason I'm catching up to it. Core themes sound more like design pillars. Kind of, yeah. I can totally understand why you would go there. Classes, backgrounds, quest line. I'm curious how backgrounds would come into it. This is very like D&D 5th edition, right? Like you get your race, your class, your background. Origin, class, background nowadays. Player chooses a quest line, and that's what they are locked into. Interesting. Maybe have a consumable item used to select the origin things. Is that like a respec sort of thing? Like I've changed my mind, now I want to be a tabaxi? Pufferfish's skill tree. Custom skill trees. Depends on origin, class, background. Okay, so I like this idea that like your skill tree will kind of get created from these different options. Usually it's just like your class, right? And then your background will determine, I don't know, some starting equipment. Maybe a tiny little ability that maybe will come into play once in your game. And then your origin is like, yeah, kind of a little bit. But like finding a way to blend those together would be really interesting. So like your origin would determine X parts of the tree, and your Y would determine suffixes on the X parts of the tree. And then your background would determine different branches. Like, I think that's an interesting idea. It is not detailed here in the slightest, but I like the concept that I have in my head from what I'm reading. Custom leveling, system locking, tools, items, gear, weapons behind specific levels in specific skills. Not really sure what this means. I kind of get a vague idea, but as far as like I can have a strong picture in my mind of how this is going to get executed on, I'm not totally certain. Pathfinder 2nd Edition does what you're talking about really well? Really? Well, that's interesting. I admit, I haven't looked into Pathfinder 2nd Edition at all. I hear it's a little divisive among the Pathfinder community. It's not like all negative, but I have heard people say that they, some people like it, some people don't. Something for everyone to do. This line scares me unless you have a team of 5,000 people. Farmers, builders, miners, lumberjacks, smithers, shopkeepers, explorers, and dungeoneers. So the thing is, like, you are building into Minecraft, right? So there's going to be a lot of this somewhat built in. There's going to be a lot of considerations you're going to have to make, like, what are the constraints on this? Can anyone build anywhere? Can anyone farm anything? Can anyone mine anything? Like, if so, you're going to get into like an Ultima Online type sort of environment where it's very societal based, and you're going to kind of hope for a structure to form up unofficially. That's really tricky. I see this as a D&D player of many, many years. Pathfinder 2e is a much better system than D&D. I wish I could convince my group to switch. I think there's a lot of systems that are quote-unquote better than D&D. Like, it's like saying Rembrandt is better than Picasso. It's like they're very different things, right? It totally depends on what you're wanting to have the experience be. Pathfinder 2e seems to lean more into what made D&D 3.5 different. I prefer rules light systems. Interesting. So you're more like a Fate sort of individual, Lime, if I'm hearing correctly. World setting and generation, medieval fantasy, modified terrain and world gen, Terralith, tectonic shattered world limits, biomes, plenty. I love the O there. Biomes, plenty. That should be like a Walmart store. Biomes, plenty. Put that in Click and Conquer. That's where you go to unlock your new map. Young's Structures Suite. I'm assuming this is a character and not like the German psychologist's counterpart to Freud, because it's not with the J. Towns and Towers, Battle Towers, don't know what that is. Towers of the Wild. So yeah, a lot of this is like, I can tell you there's stuff in your head. I have no clue what is in your head. There's a very strong veil between me and your head. Most of those are other mods you want to include. Got it. Structure-y, Sky Villages, Underground Villages, Snowy Tents, Ribbits. Okay, Regrowth, Choice Theorems, Overhauled Village. Multiple Dimensions, Deeper and Darker, Overworld. Okay, so this is great. Good to have that list. I would put them in their own section. I would say this is where you document your world setting and your generation like concept and what the experience is, and then you can have like a footnote saying, see these mods in the attached, bibliography sort of a thing to see how we're going to accomplish that. Towers of the Wild is not going into it. Okay. Economy, custom currency mod, coins used for player and mod pack shops, silver, gold, conversion. You've got your conversion rates, okay? 4-to-1 is an interesting conversion benchmark. Not a round number. Nothing wrong with that, just interesting. Coin pouch to store them, right click while in main hand to open it, add and remove, auto collect from mob drops. I don't know enough about Minecraft, but like having this right click while in the main hand starts to make me worry that it's going to be kind of possibly limiting your interactions that you can have. But I mean, if it's only when you have the item in your hand and you're probably not going to be using right click to interact with a shopkeeper or something, then it's probably going to be fine. Gems used for special mod pack rewards, loot crates, uncraftable, no conversions, drops from mods with small chance, ruby, attack/weapon loot crate caches. Okay, sapphire, jade, sure, for different aspects. Okay, I will say as soon as you start saying gems, people are going to assume that this is a free-to-play game and this is the way that you are monetizing it. It doesn't seem like that is the case, but that word is a very loaded word nowadays. Mod pack shop, block exchange, bounty board. Okay. It's free to play, but I don't see anything in here about gems being a freemium currency that you purchase with money. Those are just more items in the mod. Sure, yeah. It's not, yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like, maybe someone who's deep into Minecraft wouldn't have this understanding, but for me, as someone who's very outside of Minecraft, I totally have that impression. So, you know, something to keep your eye on as you move forward of how do different people react to that term and what will my market that I'm trying to address consider. Okay, questing, story, lore, role-playing, FTB suite, questing, teaming, warps and home, open parties and claims, more mods, seasons for visual changes. Okay, immersive suite of things, void dimension for players to build in. Okay. Custom things, custom order materials, used to craft weapons, armor tools, custom recipes, entities, mini bosses, cosmetic items, could be from mods. Okay. Better combat, shield overhaul, difficulty increases over time. One of the following. Over what time? Like, is this time that you individually spend in the game? Is that the world grows more dangerous as it gets older and it's more dangerous for everyone? Is it just as you progress through the game, you get to harder areas? That line could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. Player-specific playtime. So if I've been playing for 10 years on this, I'm getting a totally different experience than my buddy who joins in to see what this is all about in his first minute. And I'm curious what that means. Like, are we going to be fighting the same thing and he's just a lot more effective at fighting it than I am? Like, my stats are scaled differently. I'm really curious about what the details of that are. Per player active playtime, not world time. Got it. Music. Medieval fantasy adventure. Okay, sure. Future plans, customizable chat. Curious what that means. That could go any number of directions too. Movable UI. I'm surprised there's not a mod for that already. I'm like, there super was for World of Warcraft way back in the day. Custom main menu, splash text, UI design. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense to have as like a stretch goal. Custom resource pack, custom advancements. Okay. So... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, whoa, this is a lot. Okay. We may not have time to go over everything in here, quite so in depth. Custom items mods, more mods. Okay, this is like a technical sort of how are we going to stitch these things together. Finalize all mods to be used, sure. You might want to put, check dependencies. Good. That's what I was going to talk about is some of these might not play nicely with each other. So, you know, having a good backup plan of what do we do if X, Y, or Z mod isn't going to function well. Set custom keybinds and options. Enlist help. Okay. Modify configs for various mods. Continuous for balancing. Enlist help. In-game config. Out-game config. Lots of these mods. Customize main menu. Custom enchantment. Level cap indicator. Figure out how move UI works. Okay. Figure out blabber and immersive messages. Okay. So I'm not really seeing a timeline so much as just like a group of things. Like these are mods that you want to do and then you want to have a finalized. So this comes like after these. I'm assuming this is roughly in chronological order, but like it's not totally clear to me exactly what, like, is this going to happen in a month or 10 years or are these strict dependencies? Like does modify configs have to come after custom keybinds? Some refinement could be done there. Ebon Mint. This is detailing the coin pouch. Okay. Hold one stack, 64 of each coin. Coin pouch will automatically collect coins from mob drops. Love it. That's just the order you're doing things in. Okay. Right click while holding the pouch to open it and pull coins out. Shift clicking should quick move. What do you mean pull coins out? Are those going to like fall on the ground? Are they going to be suspended in the air in front of you? Are you going to like open a box and you can see what is in the box? Okay, configurable drop rates for each coin and gem, appendable to chest loots, support for looter and other mods. Okay. To your inventory from the pouch. So those are good details to add here. Right click while holding the pouch to open it. And pull coins out, shift clicking. So you're going to be transferring money from your inventory to your coin pouch and vice versa. I would kind of suspect that the coin pouch would just be a special inventory that would be where my coins are, and those would not exist anywhere else. Okay. Okay. All right. So, overall, since the rest of that was empty, obviously this is extremely ambitious, right? And I know you've got a whole bunch of mods here. I'm curious how far that's going to get you, but with every moving piece that gets involved, it also drastically increases in complexity. And the potential for things to break goes up and up and up, right? So that's my like main concern is leveraging external dependencies is awesome. That's great. Like, let's not reinvent the wheel if we don't need to. But I think you have a significant risk factor in how are these things going to play nicely together. What happens if, you know, something gets updated? Like, you're going to have to maintain archived versions of each of these. You have a proof of concept mod pack put together that's playable. Very cool. That's awesome. And then, yeah, like if this were like a design document to hand off to a team, obviously we need way more details about pretty much everything, right? Like what exactly is farming? What is building? What is mining? All these things. What is the setting? Because right now these are a bunch of packs that kind of create a setting, but like what is specifically Ebon Hollow? Like Ebon Hollow is a very evocative name. What is Ebon Hollow? Why does it matter? What is this world? Why are we going around exploring in it? There's all sorts of stuff to be done here to document that could be documented. Now, once again, if you're going by yourself, okay, sure, you can go fast, you can go a little more quickly. Documentation is always going to be helpful, but you do get diminishing returns when you're not operating at a team of scale. So those are my overall first impressions. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of get discussed and addressed? Blades. We've got a lot of money now because we took a long time to just kind of wait and chill. Great. Everything is bought. Let's go blow up some stuff again. That was great. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for submitting that. It's always fun to check out people's design documents and how they're planning on creating something really special. Super, super rad. Thank you for sharing that with us. Targets destroyed. All right. So what are we looking for now? We're basically looking for papers. We're kind of at the edge of our progression at this point. I don't even think we have anything to buy with money right now, right? I think we have every upgrade purchased. So yeah, let's just go try and get papers. We do have a paper right there. Good, great. And we'll just drop here because money literally does not matter. This one doesn't have any papers, so we'll just blah, 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 blah. We're going to jump into ads in just a couple of minutes. In fact, I'm going to trigger the ad right now, and we'll just be paper farming during the ad so you don't miss much. So we'll catch you in a minute. There we go. That was 2 papers. That was good. Ooh, 3 papers. Ooh. Nice. Got it. Up. All right, we'll hang out here for a minute. We'll be right back. Go ahead and take a quick breather, get some water, go potty, don't have any accidents. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. This was a problem of the demo balancing. If you're in a situation like this, players could get bored just rolling for maps with intel. Something I tried to fix in the full game. Sure, I totally understand that. Balancing was once again my largest time sink in game dev. Good for you, man. Okay, I wanna finish out. Have unspent things. Oh, but I can't spend them. Okay, won't be able to return until the next prestige. Yeah, that's fine. That's very impressive to me. That, like, I mean, this is a lot of polish. There's a lot of stuff going on here, right? So the fact that you were able to crank that out as quickly as you did, and taking that time for balance, tells me a lot about your ability to produce. That's great. The same thing happened in Digzeum, for what it's worth, where you would be like, okay, I'm just going to be searching for the star fragments. Boop, boop, boop. Again. Boop, 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 boop. Let's do one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. You know, for having 3 more dudes on every map, I sure am not hitting many dudes. Great. Problem is, since players can start to make choices in where they invest points, everyone will have slightly different runs. 100%. Yeah. Absolutely. Nice. That was pretty good. I want to get, yeah, better bombs real quick. Sheesh. Well, all right. Let's try going again. Ooh, we got 3 diplomas here. 4 diplomas. Let's grab that. All right, I'll take it. More cash money. It's interesting that in the demo, the way the pacing kind of works out is the passive income is kind of like the best income, right? Got him. We're at 5 intel. Nice. That was a good one. Boo. What do I mean? The way you get to like $500,000 is not through bombing people. It feels like to me. It feels like the way you get lots of money is from your passive income. Like, I definitely get to a point in the demo where I just kind of take a break and focus on just waiting for the money to rack up. And I'm not even going into the spaces, right? More important, or the primary driver. It's the largest source of income. Like 3.6 thousand per second. Like, I'm getting, I think, about 30 grand per map, but each map is taking me how many seconds? So it could be that I'm wrong about this, but it feels like I'm making way more money through my passive income than through my active. You felt the same way? If I wasn't pressured to make the video interesting, I would have, as a player, sat there and waited for upgrades. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Ah, boo. Alright, we're at 206,000. That was by design, but I feel I missed the mark. Oh, interesting. What mark do you feel you missed? We're at 10, so we just need to get to 1.12 million, and then we're good to prestige again. And I think that will get us the last of the upgrades for the demo, unless they pop up something new. This is not a bad amount of content for a demo, frankly. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it, to be honest. That's just incrementals. Yeah. I agree. Frankly, I have no idea how Wanderbot has so many incremental videos on his channel that do well. I don't know how the man does it. Okay, cool. It's the main driver, but you shouldn't feel like you can beat the idle game by straight idle. Sure, it's an incremental game, not an idle game, right? I get it. Not even gonna get that because there's not really any point to it. We don't need any more papers. YouTube just decides what it wants for your channel. Gosh. Doesn't it just feel that way so often, where it's just tell me what you want. I'll make what you want, but like I have to know what that is. Please just let me know. No, you have to guess. But like I've been making guesses for a year and like some of them have worked and then it's completely non-repeatable. That's on you. You need to read the algorithm better. But like you don't give me any data to be able to understand it. You're supposed to read between the lines. But there aren't even really any lines. Know your audience better. I don't even know what audience you're serving it up to though. Your channel, it's incrementals and tower defenses, apparently. Interesting. I call it an active incremental game. Totally. Yeah. Just cracked the code the past couple days. I refuse to be put in a box, though. I'm a dumb man. No, I don't think you're dumb at all. Like, this is why the startup that I work at exists. Is because so many creators are feeling pressured into delivering for an algorithm, and they're feeling creatively frustrated that they can't like do the things they want to do and that they feel their audience wants, because if they don't do what the algorithm wants, then even the people that are subscribed to them will not see the content. That's a rough situation to be in. All right. Great. So that's maxed out, and that's maxed out. Hooray! I think that means we beat the demo, right? Yeah, there's nothing else we can buy. We'll do a little bit before calling it a night. GJ, thank you very much. Yeah, I can see this getting really fun. Like, I can see, eventually upgrading from your pipe bomb to... That is one thing for the demo. I wouldn't have minded, like, something to say, yes, this is going to get more upgrades, like from a visual perspective, because I'm getting that impression from the banner and from the loading screens and everything. It seems like I'm going to be leveling up to different types of bombs. So getting even just one upgrade on that would be very satisfying and be cluing me into, oh, nice, something is more. I'm going to see more of that, right? It really is that way, though. My Tower Dominion videos, which is a great game, by the way, are getting 3K plus views on the first two. And the third one is looking like it will crack that, too. Wow. Nice. That's awesome. That is true. Okay. So, yeah, I see where this is going. I think it's getting very satisfying. I'm at the point for, like, an incremental where I'm like, okay, I really want to start to see this scaling. I'm needing more dopamine to keep me clicking at this point. So, like, if there were a way to say, here's your little treat, you little monkey. Here's a tiny little dose of dopamine, and check out all the other stuff that's coming if you only had the full game. That would be a very, very strong demo closing. It was good to see you figured everything out with very minimal friction. Yeah, I think you've worked out a lot of those issues. You know, as always, the thing that we want to emphasize is that simplicity is actually devilishly complex, right? You have to push through incredible complexity and be very good at designing and thinking through problems to get to the point where you come back around to simplicity. So I think you've done a really good job. I think this is like 80% really strong offering. I'm definitely going to be checking this out when it hits its full release. Just on my own, I love these kinds of games. I am planning on picking this up when it releases. Now, the only thing is, I'm hoping that the trees that I have seen are going to be a lot more expansive, and that I'm going to start getting a lot more satisfying, blowing up swaths of things. And from the store page, it seems like I'm going to get that a little bit. I'm hoping for that to really level up. Simplicity looks easy when you see it, but not so much when typing to create 100%. There's a famous UX consultant called Steve Krug wrote Rocket Surgery Made Easy, and the inmates are running the asylum and everything. There's a great quote in one of his books where he talks about consulting for various businesses, and they would bring him in and pay him a ton of money to run these usability audits. And he would tell them, hey, like, your buttons don't look like buttons, and this thing doesn't operate the way people kind of think it's going to. And he said very often these CEOs would get really frustrated because they paid a lot of money to bring this guy in, and they would say, Steve, you're just telling us all the obvious stuff. And his response was always, and I love this so much, his response was, if it was easy, why isn't it done? And yeah, like it's a whole world trying to get to a point where everything feels and looks good. I think you've done a good job. You've definitely followed some templates, right? It is very Digseum like. I would hope to see a lot more done with like this Fog of War in the main game. That's one thing I'd be looking forward to, is like, how do we keep on playing with that mechanic and pushing things forward a little bit? But I think this is a very serviceable experience, and I'm really impressed that you've produced it in the time that you have. Really impressive. So, all right, folks. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. It is getting to be bedtime, and I got to go to the gym tomorrow for a very busy day. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Sockhouse, thank you for making Click and Conquer. Blades, thank you for putting forward your document for review. Sockhouse, let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like me to take a look at. But yeah, I think this was great, and I don't have very many notes. I think you've done a really good job. Once again, like a little header here would really help clarify, oh, we're in the skill tree, right? This was a little bit odd, but like, whatever, it works. You do have like a double modal here, but whatever, that's fine. Yeah, we could go over specifics if you were ever curious, but I think we talked about the biggest points. So, Quantic, you're so very welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Thanks everyone for being here. Such a great joy, as always. Always appreciate having you all here, and you buoy me up. Thank you for what you do for me. Super great. With that, folks, I'm going to take it easy. Thank you so much, Molluscio. Appreciate it. We're going to be back next time. We're going to be back tomorrow night. Because is today Monday? Holy crap, today's Monday. We're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to be playing, probably we're going to be checking out one of these other projects in our queue. We've got Beef Arena demo. We've got Dicey Bugs demo. We've got Doggos in Dungeon. We've got Loinkham TD and Hexagod. We need to check out all of those. So, if you are the creator of any of those and you're in chat tomorrow, go play that. If not, we'll probably just go down the list. So thank you so much, folks, and